Hey everybody, it is late at night and I am Norman. If you are looking for a really affordable, classy style dress watch and you want it in a nice contemporary size, I may have just the perfect option for you. And tonight we'll review it. So let us begin. Alright, so tonight I will be doing an unboxing and a full review of the Orient Capital. So let's get started. So here is the Orient Capital, and the first thing that I need to point out is this strap is not the one that it shipped on. This is the strap that the watch came on, and it is so glossy that it just looks terrible. It feels fine, so if you like a really high gloss, then this may be just fine for you. But it was a bit too glossy for me. It's difficult to tell in this light, but it's actually a dark brown in color. It has a buckle with some branding on there. It's nice and soft and it's not overly stiff, so it really isn't that bad. Just not my personal aesthetic there. It's just a little bit too glossy for me. With that out of the way, I'll begin with the strap that I do have on this watch and we'll work up to the watch itself. So I just have this on a $20 to $30 genuine leather strap. I'm not even entirely certain of the brand. Just a cheap leather strap. Mainly because these are 22 millimeter lugs, and I really don't have a whole lot of straps in that size. But it looks better than the overly glossy alligator print strap that it came on. Moving on up to the lugs, we see that they are not drilled. It's nice and thin. Look at that. That is so thin. Looking at the case back, we see that it's highly polished, and we have some information on there. It's nice and bare bones, actually. I don't mind that. Look at that polish, though. Oh, there I am. It is a full-on mirror. So we have water resistant, all stainless steel, which is crazy. These watches are very affordable, but apparently they aren't plated. And looking at the crown, it is itty bitty, which is fine because this is a quartz watch, as you can see there. And we see that it's transitioning as it approaches midnight. So it's a slow transition on this one. Let's pop the crown out. You see that even when the crown's out, it is ticking away. So it does not hack. So you can't get it like super accurate like you could if it did hack, but it's quartz. It's going to be far more accurate than your mechanical movements. So even if you don't have it set to the absolute second, it's not going to wander a whole lot, so I don't know. It's probably okay. And Setting the date. Actually, let's get it to a safe time to do that. Oops. Or not. There we go. Well, it doesn't look like I broke it, so that's good. You want to make sure that it's not near the time where it's going to be setting, so not near midnight, which I inadvertently did. Hilarious. So you see, the days move really fast. Like I barely even turned this and it's already flipping to the next day of the week. And the date itself is pretty quick too, so you barely turn this thing and it's going to switch over to the next date. And we'll pop it out some more. It feels pretty good setting the time. It's nice and smooth. It doesn't feel kind of gunked up and sticky. I have some watches that are like that. You're setting the time and it feels kind of reluctant to turn there. But this one's pretty smooth. Pop that back in. And looking at the crystal, this thing is beautiful. It's a mineral crystal, but this is a dress watch, so it's not like you'll be doing anything overly crazy in it. So I feel like mineral's probably okay for this particular type of watch. If it was a dive watch or some rugged tool watch, I would actually prefer sapphire or maybe acrylic if you don't mind buffing it out. I personally would rather have sapphire on my tool watches for sure, but for a dress piece like this, almost anything goes in my opinion. And that looks absolutely beautiful. This is a super classy looking watch. I mean, look at that dial. Those hairline Roman numerals just look amazing. The stick hands. The blue on there is pretty purpley blue. To me, it doesn't really look like what you would see in high quality heat blued hands or anything, but you know, the aesthetic is there. And it looks good, especially for this price point. This is great. I love how thin it is. That is so cool. That in combination with the crystal, just phenomenal. I actually don't mind day dates. I'm not a huge date fan, as you guys probably know, but I don't know, the day date isn't too terrible. Maybe it'd be cool if it had a frame around it or something, like a little silver frame, just to make it look even classier, but not bad. As for the specifications on this watch, the movement inside this is a Japanese quartz movement. It is a caliber HS911. The case is stainless steel. The case size is 40.5 millimeters. The case thickness is 7.93 millimeters. The crystal is a domed mineral crystal. It has a water resistance of 30 meters. Now this watch is discontinued, so if you go to Joma Shop or Long Island Watch Co., you'll see that it's out of stock. However, on eBay, I was able to find a few of these brand new for around $100. They have the Roman numeral ones and the ones with the batten markers. So a couple different variants of this watch, and they were all around $100. So if you like this and you have larger wrists or you're looking for that larger size for about $100, you can pick one of these up. All right, let's get the max bill off of the wrist and put this on. So here is the Orient Capital on my 7-inch wrist. You can see that my strap is kind of long there, but it looks pretty good. That watch just looks great. I personally prefer mid-century sized dress watches, so this is a little bit large for me, but for a vast majority of people, this is just about right. It's barely over 40 millimeters, so it's not gigantic, just a great contemporary sized dress piece. And this is the first Orient I've ever had in person. I've seen other people's Orient dive watches, but this is my first encounter with an Orient dress watch. And I have to say, it looks pretty good. It doesn't get a ton of wrist time for me personally, but this just looks really cool. It's nice and affordable, and just super classy looking. So there you have it, the Orient Capital. This watch is nice and classy in style, very affordable, and if you don't wear dress watches all the time, perfect. It's a quartz watch, so you could just pick it up off of the shelf and it's all ready for you. Thanks for watching.